Good, beautiful morning, everybody. It's Friday, November the 17th, 2023, and it's our live Q&A day Friday, so feel free to ask any questions. We're going to wait a few moments and just get connected to each other while people arrive and get prepared for this. I was told that this day's live Q&A was going to be starting off with a consideration. Good morning. How you doing? Hi. Hi, Kim. Hi, Brow. It's an amazing time. So I was told it was important to pretext this morning with this consideration. Hello, JJGG. Good morning. And again, I'm trying to hold off because there is a lag between the time of the initiation of the transmission and you're getting notification to it. So I want to be respectful of that so that you all get a chance to come here and at least capture where we're beginning from. Good morning. How you doing? Hi. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Lucy. Good to see you. Hi, Richard. Hi, Kira. Good to see you. Wonderful you all here this morning. This is our Friday live Q&A, and we're just giving a bit of space to connect with each other. And yeah, hello, Brow. Good to see you. Hello, Dingler. How you doing? It's so out of respect, I'm going to let the delay catch up so you guys catch up to what's going on. But I was told to pretext this morning with this consideration that 90% of the events that are happening in your life right now, and 90% of the events that are going to happen in your life, the first 90% of what has happened up to this point is based not in who you are as a being, but in what you've been given by the world. The information, the ideas, the beliefs that your teachers, your friends, your family, your books, the things you've read, the experience you've had. The first 90% of your life is not based in who you are as a spiritual entity, as a soul, as a personality. They're based in what you've been conditioned or programmed to believe that you've accepted as being true, even if it's not true, or anything you've accepted as false that is not false. The responsibility is on your own capacity as a soul to observe and analyze the information in your mind to assess its real life truth or value when faced with the objective realities of this material world. Based on your ability, good, beautiful morning. Good morning, Jacqueline. Based upon your ability to observe the thoughts that you hold in your mind, the thoughts that have been given to you by the environment, the beliefs you've acquired, based on your ability to evaluate, analyze, change, edit, add, subtract, or delete certain thoughts, beliefs, or ideas from your mind, the next 90% of your life can be based on who you are as a soul and not who you've made into being as a personality. Because most of you have been living your lives based upon a personality that was constructed by the world for you. So let us focus not on what the world has made you into being or considered that you should or should not believe, but let us get you to focus on what you want the next 90% of your life to be. And that's going to be determined in large part to your ability to analyze, measure, and weigh the truth or falsity of the ideas, information, and beliefs you have about your life, and what you've formulated as your own beliefs based upon the experiences you've had that may have been caused by the information you were given by the environment. So as you ask your questions today, consider, is your question coming from a place of your soul or a place of your conditioning? Are your questions coming from a place of sincerely seeking to know the truth about your life? Because in earnest, all questions that you could ask us will be based upon what you need to know in order for your life to be the manifestation of love which you intended it to be. And we can assure you that each and every one of you intended your experience in this world to be a manifestation of love and not a manifestation of fear. And you are a soul. You have been given a personality from this world. It was a gift that this world gave you, who you were supposed to think you are, or who you're supposed to think you are not. Good morning, Tiffany. The world has been giving you this, and many of your questions and considerations and speculations are based upon not what you truly want to know and understand, what would enrich your life and make your life something that you would feel you are worthy of being, which you are worthy of becoming, but often something that you've been simply conditioned to ask. So evaluate your questions. Make them truly meaningful, as the answers in their own way will offer you the truth that is available. But even with what we would offer you in terms of information, be willing to evaluate its validity of truth for yourself, for your mind, for your body, for your world. For much of the information that you've received from this world was not evaluated so carefully. Much of the information you've received from this world was simply information put into your mind without due process of evaluation to consider what its effects might be on you. That a mother or a father might say to you, "You are such a bad child." Very few parents ever evaluate the meaning, the energy, or the effect of that thought and that energy upon a child, nor the long nor short-term effects of those evaluations offered to the child, those judgments offered to the child. And you may view much of the information you've received from this world as evaluations of what you are supposed to believe it is. And much of it you've been taught to believe it is not quite true, which is why you find yourself perhaps suffering or struggling in certain areas. The idea, for example, that death means the end of your existence is a great source of suffering for many. The idea that when one's body ceases to function, that you cease to exist. Nothing can be further from the truth, but very few individuals seek to explore how then, when somebody leaves this dimension, may I maintain connection to them and contact with them and receive the new wisdom and knowledge that they will glean from the shift in their consciousness from this physical plane of consciousness to the non-physical plane. Very few people consider that possibility exists, and so you live with the terror and the fear of an illusion. Yes, when your body ceases to function, you will cease to exist in this dimension as a physical body. And that is nothing to be afraid of, for you will be extending your consciousness beyond this realm. So when you ask your questions, consider the validity of the answers that you receive, not simply from us, but from any source that you would ask a question of or receive information from. Consider the life value of that information, what you've been told or taught to believe. What is its value in furthering life, enhancing and improving life, yours and the lives of others, on bringing humanity into a more cohesive and harmonious whole? Because thoughts create. And whatever information you retain and accept as true will create energy that will produce the conditions in your life, every one of them, down to what you call accidents, which are manifestations of errors in an individual's thinking that causes an event. As all thoughts generate qualities of energy that produce conditions of experience that you call your life. And so the evaluation and consideration of your thoughts becomes exceptionally important. What you will choose to listen to in this world and from whom you will choose to listen to become extremely important. For what you will accept as true or not will affect and impact your process of creation and experience in this dimension. And we are here in growing numbers to offer considerations that you may evaluate with your soul, not your personality, not your remembering mind, but your personality. You have great intellectuals on this world who have the capacity to have acquired wonderful, beautiful information from this world and have also collected terrible and unfortunate news about this world and information about it, but are able with their soul to evaluate that information, to assess its life value, and are able to then make a decision about what they will choose to accept as true or not, knowing that what they accept as true or not will create the existing conditions that becomes their life, that affects the people around them and determines the events and circumstances that affect them. Is that not remarkable? That the greatest intellectual upon the face of this earth, from the perspective of his soul, is equal in potential to you, and you are equal in potential from that perspective of awareness to them. Should you begin to apply your awareness to what you believe, what you do not believe, what you are being told, to apply your awareness to this so that you may begin to resculpt and reshape the energy in your consciousness to effect a transformative change in your physical reality. So that you can, with confidence, create a life clearly and deliberately, a life of intention and wonder and beauty and love and peace and creativity. But until you come to the place where you can make that distinction between the personality that the world has given you, the thoughts that you believe are yours that really are not yours, and you as a sentient being that is able to evaluate those thoughts, evaluate that information, and come to a conclusion that is independent of those that provided you with the information, so that you may ascertain from your heart and soul what is true and what is false, and not simply accept the dogmatic expressions of those likewise trapped in a personality bestowed upon them by the world. As many of you are trapped in a personality bestowed upon you by the world, a personality not necessarily of your own making, but which you can reshape and refabricate and repurpose and recreate into a noble mind and character that would be a blessing not only to your own life, but to the lives of all those with whom you would come into contact with. And is that not what it is about? To learn the function of blessing and creation? That you may learn the truth that through the way of love is freedom. The way of love is enslavement. And so we are here with you now to take your questions. We hope that you've considered our answers and considerations. Good morning, Corey. Good morning, Pow Pow. Hi, guys. Some great usernames here. Sorry, I think I just, yeah, there we go. Good morning. Hello from Mexico. That's correct. Hello to everybody from Mexico. So yeah, I have with me a collective that call themselves the Divine Collective. Their energy is kind of all around and within me. And that it's a collection of individuals, angels, archangels, guardian angels, people that have evolved to higher planes of consciousness that want to reach out to some of you. And this is our Friday Q&A, but they really wanted to share that consideration with us, that's really important to do. So for those of you that are just arriving now and you didn't hear what they said, I'll paraphrase what they said. That the first 90% of your life was not of your own choosing. The first 90% of your life was based upon the creation of your world from a personality that the environment gave you. And the next 90% of your life can be a creation of your own making if you awaken your awareness to the point where it can evaluate the ideas and beliefs that you've been given the world, that your personality is made up of, and begin to change them. That's the general statement they wanted to pretext today's Q&A with, that you should be asking questions that are not based in your fears and uncertainties, but in how to overcome those fears and uncertainties, and how to reach a higher state of your own creative consciousness. Again, I'm paraphrasing, and they're better talking about it than I am. But let's go into some of your questions here. Good morning, Manoj. Good morning, Drusilla. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Ricky. Good to see you. Hi, Stephen. My aunt passed away last year. Is there anything that she wants to tell me? I'm just getting kisses being blown at you. Blowing kisses at you. These are unusual kisses from an aunt, but they're for you. They're for you. She's blowing you kisses. She says that you'll understand the truth of these from her heart. The truth of her heart. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Great question. Yes, Brian was visiting you, Corey. That's why you're asking the question. He says, play ball, buddy. Play ball. It's play ball. Yes. He says, if you can remember the sensation you felt when you remembered that I visited you in the dream, you will be able to hold fast the memory of the feeling so that you will know when I come into your presence throughout the day. That's really beautiful. So the feeling that you recalled, remembering encountering him in the dream, that feeling is the feeling of his energy from the place of a non-physical dimension. And I'm really happy for you, Corey. I really connect to that when you have that feeling come up during the day. Know that he's connecting to you in that moment. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Question from Drusilla. Hi, Drusilla. I feel that I was in a scene. Is this correct? I have a need to remember who I am in an experiential way. I don't know who this is coming through for you, but they're saying it is important that you cease defining yourself from the physical way, from the mental way, in order to realize the nature of who you are. The function of our communities as Essenes was not from a function of fear, but from a function of a deliberate relationship with the creator of life itself, knowing that it interacted with and through us at all times, that the way we would think, the way we would do, the way we would extend ourselves to the world would always be from that place of life, that place of love. To indulge or engage in the functions or actions of fear, to do harm unto our bodies, to do harm unto our minds, to do harm to others, would be to perpetuate our suffering. If you follow this path of honoring the body to its fullness, to truly ennoble the body as the divine temple that you get to reside in, to recognize that your mind is the divine heaven that you are here to reside in while in this earth, where you bring heaven and earth together to make these in the image and likeness of that life, that love that bestows itself upon you and through you and all that is. Yes. Thank you. Wow, that's beautiful, Drusilla. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, this is a great question. What does my grandfather, Lucas, who passed away, want us to do with our land? This is a question from Zavina. He's saying to make it rich and fertile, to make it a cornerstone of your community, to make it a place of your pride and your love for life and for each other. What I have left you is designed to bring you together and to keep you in community with each other, to keep you in the spirit of the love that is based on the foundation of my creation. I did not give my gift to have it scattered to the wind. I gave it that you might see it come to a greater fruition than I could bring it to myself. That you might find that each and every member of our beautiful family could have a place that they will always know there is light, there is love, there is goodness that comes forth from that place. And that you would offer that light, that love, and that communion of community to others. But make it fertile. Make it something which gives. A house divided will not stand. And I would want nothing less than my children to be united in the endeavor of such a thing. Again, I'm feeling from him too that the land, again, I'm paraphrasing, he said it better than I did, but the land is to bring you guys together, not to pull you apart. And I don't know, like grow good food there, grow fruit there, cultivate the land, make it fertile, make it beautiful. You can do this. It will bring you guys together. Honor his memory this way. Right? He didn't leave the land to have it scattered. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Because that's really what our parents do, right? When they leave this dimension, if they have something to leave you, they don't want it to be scattered. They want their heritage to be something that brings greater closeness and community. At least that's now I'm again in my personal opinions here. But what he's just said to this person is really profound. And I've never heard it said like that before. Thank you so much for asking that question. That's such a gift to us. That's really such a gift to us to have an answer like that. Thank you. Thank you. Question from Selena. Hi, Selena. I would like to hear any message for me. Feel a little lost and need guidance. Selena, I would encourage you when you have the opportunity to go to my YouTube channel when this transmission is finished today and watch the very beginning of what the Divine Collective said about our lives. Because most of your suffering is not yours. It was given to you by the thoughts, the beliefs, and the ideas that the world has given you. A lot of the confusion, a lot of the mental dysfunction and disease on this planet was not chosen by anybody. Nobody chooses to be mentally ill. They can choose to maintain it, but nobody chose it. It was conditioned into your mind. It was trained into you by your experiences, by your thoughts about those experiences, by what the world, the teachers, the educators, the family members, the people around you put into your mind, television, radio, entertainment. Again, I'm paraphrasing the earlier message, but go back and watch that earlier message, because the first 90% of your life, they said, was made up by the world for you. It's made up by the world for you. You didn't make up your life. But the next 90% of your life, if you begin this process of awakening that they were talking about, which is awakening your power to observe your thoughts and evaluate their goodness and their righteousness and to release them, the next 90% of your life can be absolutely amazing and stunning. And you deserve that, and everyone deserves that. But unfortunately, the world was made in such a way over the last 150 years as to turn people into slaves. Slaves to money, slaves to careers, slaves to governments, slaves to the environment. We've lost our way. We become enslaved to the world and not the proper caretakers of it. And again, I'm speaking myself, I'm not speaking on the behalf of the Divine Collective this morning, but please go back and watch this on my YouTube channel and check that out. The YouTube channel, you can find that through my tree link on my bio in my TikTok event. But it's trust that your suffering is not who you are. Your suffering is not who you are. Your suffering is not who you are. It's something that you've experienced that you've probably been holding on to. You need to let go of the past to release old emotions from your body. We have a masterclass that the Divine Collective, the Ascended Master Jesus, many others come and channel through me and teach in this program that begins tomorrow. It's the last day to register is this Sunday. And I'll put it up on the screen for those of you on YouTube that are here. For those of you that want to still register for this course, right now, all of our master classes between now and the 24th of November, there's a 30% discount on every single product on the website that they have told us to offer, to encourage you to heal yourself, to get exposed to the information, the wisdom and knowledge that can help you end your suffering. And that's up on the screen right now. And you've got a chance to join that. Please don't suffer needlessly. You need to get information and ideas that are closer to what is true and away from beliefs and ideas that take you into suffering. And there's so much woke information going on in the world that's got people confused about the mind, confused about mental health, confused about emotions, confused about their identity as a physical being, confused about their identity as a spiritual consciousness. And that confusion is creating an explosion of addiction, an explosion of mental dysfunction, because people are not teaching the truth about who you are and the power that you have to create your life. Anyway, thank you so much. Please do that. Let me swing over here. Drusilla, thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Drusilla. Appreciate that. Tiffany, any guidance for me? I have been feeling depressed lately. Stop thinking of the past. I don't know who that was, but they just said, stop dwelling on the past. You keep remembering what was, and you do not give a space for what is to occur. You must give room for yourself from the past. You must. If you continue to cling to the memory of your suffering, the memory of what was, you will be stuck in the suffering of having what you do not and having what you do not want. It is important to begin to cultivate the mind and spirit that would best serve you from this day forth, and not to continue to cultivate a mind and a spirit that continues to serve you from the suffering of your past. You're not designed to live in the past. You're designed to live in the present. To live in the past present means you must relive the past in your present. And if you have great suffering in your past, and that is all you remember, then you will perpetuate great suffering in your present. Oh, thank you. That's pretty straightforward. Thank you. Let's go over here. For those of you that want to get connected to our courses and class and register, go to the screen website, williammichaelforbes.com or torontomedium.com. You can go to either of those URLs and again, register for the course or get more information about them at the very least and find out what they're all about. My brother passed away unexpected on January 23rd. Is he okay? You bet your bottom dollar he is okay. I don't know why I'm saying those words, but those are the words that are coming through. You bet your bottom dollar. I'm okay. I am okay. A lot of people, when you leave the physical body, you leave all of the stuff that you accumulated with it behind. At least most of it. You bring forward some of that energy as experiences. And what they tell me is you move from this realm of the separateness of the self in this physical dimension to this state of potential grace with that which made you. You get to see your life from a very different perspective than you do through your eyes and ears, physical eyes and ears. But yeah, he's A-okay, brother. He's A-okay. Oh, you're very welcome, Corey. Let's go back over here. Yeah. Kira is asking in all uppercase, I couldn't resist it. Kira 777 is asking, does Master Jesus have a message for me, please? Thank you. Yeah. You know, there's this place, yes. You seek to know me in this world, but I am in you. Do not seek to know me in this world. Seek to know me within you. Go to the place where the world is but a memory, where you are free of its entrapments, free of your mind, free of the distractions and the temptations of your body. Go to that place of peace that you know you can go to. And in there I am. In there I am. You will not find me in this world, but you will find me in your heart, in your peace, in your stillness. And you may call upon me in your suffering, and I will be there if you listen. I will say to you, simply listen. Turn away from the noise of this world. Turn away from the world. And you will find your peace. Wow. Thank you, Kira. It's a great question. Within you. He's within you. I love that. Thank you so much. Getting all kinds of chills and goosebumps all through my body. Thank you so much. Getting a message from Trish, Ellis. I just registered again. This was my third time taking the 102. It's that good. The biggest benefit was the realization that I was choosing suffering. Wow. That's amazing, Trish. Thank you so much. Wonderful. That's one of our students, Trish, who's been in the course multiple times. Thank you for sharing that testimonial here for everybody. This is our third time taking it, and it's that good. It really is that good. It really is. We've had students who are in their fifth or sixth time taking this program, and their lives are completely changed. And it's a wonderful thing. You did not come to this world to suffer. You came to learn the function of creation. You did not come to live in fear. You came here to learn to create. Anyway, you'll learn all that in the Masterclass. Again, Masterclass 102, Liberation, which is about releasing yourself from old, dense emotions that you're holding on to. Releasing yourself from the thoughts that keep those emotions trapped in your body. And learning the practical ways to train your mind and train your body, where you can train your mind and train your body to be still, quiet, and open and receptive to you. So you can begin to teach your mind and teach your body what you really want it to think and how you really want it to be. Our program includes a mandatory process of learning how to meditate. By the end of the course, you will be able to meditate for at least an hour every single day, competently. And we've had people in the beginning who said, I can't meditate, I can't even sit still for 5 minutes. By the end of the first week, some of them are doing 2 or 3 hours of meditation a day now. And they're living in peace. And they're helping the people close to them, and their relationships are healing and growing and evolving. And they're becoming the being they intended to be when they came to this world. You didn't come here to suffer. Anyway, the guides, the angels, the ascended masters, the different beings that come through in the course will walk you through it. But just learning to get your mind and body still and quiet is such a powerful change for people. Thank you for that again, Trish. Really, really, really appreciate that. Question from Moran. Hi, dear William. Does my guidance have a message for me this time? Thank you. Yes. Let go of the fear. Don't hold one shred of that fear any longer. Do not hold one shred of that fear any longer. Let it go. Yes. It's a difficult thing what's been created over there where you are. What's been allowed to be created and what people have agreed with. It's been going on for thousands of years, war. Someone realized there was a benefit that if I can get myself to overcome them, I can take what they have, right? That's what war ultimately is about, is what you can get from other people. That's what war is ultimately about, how much you can get. If you choose an enemy and beat them down, you can take from them what is there. You can get the trophy, you get the reward. That's what war arose from survival. At a point where there were two tribes, not enough food, somebody had to fight. And one tribe that won felt, hey, if we do that again, we can survive even more. We can live in luxury. And now humanity is lost in the indignity of its own ignorance against itself. Humanity is lost in the indignity of its own ignorance to itself. And how do we get out of this function of war? The only way to get out of it is to stop it. And how do you get 7 billion people to stop believing that there's a danger out there? You have to get rid of the people who keep perpetuating they, them. It's them, it's they. It's her, it's him. You've got to stop it. That has to stop. It's their fault that I'm suffering. And because they're causing me to suffer, I've got to get them. That has to stop. That only benefits the people who are telling you to do that, to think that, to believe that. And their pockets are deep and full, while yours get emptier and emptier. Look to your governments and leaders, the ones that should be leading you down the path of righteousness, down the path of love and civility, who engorge themselves in greed and suffering of others and benefit from it. They found ways of benefiting from all forms of your suffering. And as long as they believe there's a benefit to it, they'll keep doing it until you finally say, enough. You can't stop your government. They're doing what they're doing, but you can stop supporting your governments. All of them. You have to realize whether you are Hindu or Punjabi or Canadian or American or French or Chinese, we are one family, humanity. We are one family, humanity. It's what we are. And as long as we allow ourselves to accept anybody's idea that someone is going to hurt you, that doesn't mean that people can't hurt you. And that doesn't mean that you don't have to be prepared to protect yourself in a rational way. Because people can be restrained in an effective way. You can restrain people in an effective way and teach them something new. But that is the genesis of your suffering and your fear. All of our fear is the belief that there's something is going to harm you. All fear is in the genesis of that reality. And it's snowballed into this massive thing that we seem to not be able to change. It seems we have no control over what's happening on the planet. I'll tell you this, that's the lie. Every one of you hearing this and everyone you know has a level of authority and power that when you say no to violence, no to attacking and judging others, regardless of their beliefs and ideologies, when you say no to any form of they, them, get them, any form of that divisionary thinking, because he's black or he's white or he's yellow or he's green. No, any of that thinking it's the genesis of all war, and it perpetuates it. Even when you're judging somebody, you look at that young boy that was beaten to death by those 12 other children. Beaten to death by those 12 other children. It doesn't matter their skin color, they're children that have been taught that when someone else has what I want, I can take it. They were taught this. They weren't born running out to attack other people. None of you were born to harm anyone. So what you were taught, you must evaluate. And what you are taught, if it is wrong, will confuse you and create emotions that frustrate you. Sorry, Moran, thank you so much. That just kind of flowed out of me. I could not say something about that personally. Question from Sharina Divia. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I am feeling a lot of pain in my body after my awakening. I feel there could be some entities feeding on my physical energy and keeping me depressed. Is it true? Thank you. There's a yes and a no to that, Sharina. As we have experienced those in the work that we've done in the last 5 years, where people come and they are dealing with demonic possessions, because these things actually exist. These energies of darkness do exist. But the moment, like the pain in your body, for example, if you turn your attention to the pain in your body right now, like do this right now, turn your attention to the pain in your body. Feel the space that it occupies in your body. Take a long, slow, deep breath, and as you exhale, think to the pain in your body. Think to the pain in your body. I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. Think that right to the very center of the pain. I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. And then take another breath and do the same thing, and do that several times. Because that thought, I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you, is a statement of truth and an intention. The intention is love, and the statement of truth is I do not understand this pain. And so when you extend that thought, which generates an energy, the energy is I'm willing to love you, which is an energy of love, and truth, which is I do not understand you. And you will be feeling your body's pain shifting and changing right now, feeling the energies of the entities connected to that cannot stay connected to a change in the frequency that you're now installing in your body by directing that thought into it. When you install an energy into the body, it changes the way the body functions, what the body will attract, and what your body will do. So stay in this process, Sharina, of extending your love to that which you do not understand. Because if you do not understand, you can still extend love to what you do not understand. And then experience that and share your experience of this process with others here that may need to hear what you experience. And share it with others. Write it down when you experience it. Do not keep that gift to yourself, the gift of your experience of change and transformation. Wow. So wonderful. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Hi, Karia. How you doing? Hi, Marina. I just got, thank you so much for the badges and the gifts and the roses. I really love it, guys. Hi, Miranda. Thank you so much for that. Hi, Tammy. My mother-in-law passed away 2 weeks ago. How is she? Any messages for me? The song is coming into my mind right now, Tammy. Love is a many-splendored thing. That song is coming to, like, really loud in my mind. Love, I don't know if you know, I'm a terrible singer, but it's love is a many-splendored thing. I'm literally hearing those words to give to you, and my hair is standing right up on end. So I take that as a good indication. But wow, it's really beautiful. Thank you so much. I think that's pretty effective. Thank you so much. Yeah, here we go. Thank you so much. Selena is saying, I would like to hear any message for me feeling a little lost. We got to that a little earlier. Again, if you're listening to some of the other transmissions that are happening, you can receive grains of truth from everyone's question here. Remember that. You can receive a grain of truth that you need to hear from everyone else's question, right? You're doing good, guys. Question from Cynthia. Does my father have any wishes or something that he wanted to do? I would like to do it. The only words I'm getting from is be happy with the family. Be happy with the family. Bring joy to them. Bring joy to them. Again, there's a different language here, so I'm just translating it based on the feelings I'm getting. Yes. Enjoy the family. Do you mean like the family that you are part of, or the family that she's creating and part of? He says both of them, all of it, all the family. Bring it all. Bring your love to it. It's cool. Avi doesn't miss you in the way that you think he is, but he is missing you in the way that you know he would. He's missing you in the way that you know he would. Remember, the body and the mind and the personality are not who the soul is. That's a challenge for a lot of people to wrap their minds around, that idea that your body and your mind are not you. If you can wrap your mind about that, your body and your mind are instruments, like a car or a truck, that you are here to utilize in the function of learning to manifest your purpose here. What did you come to this earth for? What did you come to be and do? Really important to get that one mastered so you can start making the corrections you need. Question from Mara. Who are my grandson's imaginary friends? I got this flash for a moment. Let me just try to capture it. It came and went really quick, but I got this flash, and these are like little beings that like to hang around the gardens and the forests. They're not inside the forest, but on the periphery of the forest. They don't like to be in the darkness of the forest. They like to be closer to light, near the flowers, the fields, the tall grasses. And they recognize his innocence is the innocence that humanity once had before the great catastrophe. They see the same innocence is in him as is in all children that are born of man. The innocence of love, the beauty of light, that is the true nature of humanity, is in all children. The great catastrophe caused this to be lost. It has not been found. But we come to many children like this. We come to many children, for they have the love and the innocence that brought all life together in such a beautiful whole. I'm curious about asking about the catastrophe, but I think I'll save that for another time. Thank you so much. Zavina, thank you so much. I felt this so deeply. I'm so happy to hear that. I hope you felt that. And I hope your family members can feel that too, because it's really important that if you felt it, you carry in your soul the energy that he wants you to communicate to the other members of the family. And again, if you need your family members to see this message again, you won't find the replay of it on TikTok, but you will find the replay of this on my YouTube channel. So you can go to my YouTube channel using the Linktree link in my bio on TikTok and look for this particular video under the live section, because we've only been doing lives for a little while. We haven't done any shorts or anything like that. We've just told to do the lives for now, but we will be changing some things up very soon. Thank you for that question, Mara. I really appreciate it. It was such a beautiful question. Elizabeth asking, hi, my father passed away since 12 years ago. Any message for me? His name was Samuel. Beautiful name. I love that name, Samuel. That name is a vague imprint to his consciousness now. That name is a vague imprint to his consciousness, as he's been in another carnation for a while. He's been in another form for about 6 years now. He required the necessary instruction to return. Yes. Give him a moment. He's just accessing some of the deeper energies that you're requesting from him. And I'm just getting this image of like a series of hearts within each other being radiating out like concentric hearts, being kind of going out like that. From my perspective, it's like a tunnel of hearts coming at me, but they're actually radiating out in concentric hearts instead of concentric circles, which are like rings within rings. This is concentric hearts going out from a central point to you. Yeah. He's saying the attachment now is no longer necessary. To go forth in your love and in your grace. Wow, that's really neat. Thank you. Hi guys. Hello, Gia. Am I going to get married with Juan? My name is Joanna. Well, contain your excitement so that it's authentic. Right? I'm just going to say that to you because I really don't want to spoil any surprises. But just be reserved and patient. Right? Authentic excitement. Men love excitement when it's real and authentic. Right? Yeah, I won't. Thank you. I was higher self is telling me quiet, so I'm going to be quiet. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're doing good, guys. My yes, we got to that. Yes, please do, Brow Queen. Rewatch this. The where they started this day off, where the Divine Collective started the day off with, is really powerful about our lives and how they've been and why they've been and what we can do to begin the process of reclaiming our divinity. And what is divinity? There's lots of meanings to that word. Divinity is your unbiased expression of your innate function of life. What does that mean? That means that as a function of life, as an extension of life, your natural function is love. Your divinity, when it's actualized in human expression, is a function of love. Our fear is the opposite of that. It's when we're pulled away from our divinity and into expressions and functions that are not of love, but are of fear. And a lot of people have been misdirected into that function. In fact, 2/3 of the planet have been lost in the dysfunction of fear and mourn the loss of their own divinity that they don't know how to recover, because most of the information they're being exposed to on a daily basis doesn't allow them to glimpse the wondrous, incredible being that they are inside, that you must discover and must cultivate. You must recultivate your person. You must rebuild your personality. You must rebuild it. Thank you, Mara, saying, I felt tingles, the innocent little children. Yes, it's pretty profound, isn't it? Somebody saying here, Dima Hoxford, men in our society have such a problem with porn addiction. How do we overcome it? What practice or discipline should men pursue? Stay away from it. Put your energy into your vital health. Put your energy into constructive thinking. Put your energy towards knowing the person instead of the flesh. Put your energy towards creating works of art. Do things that ennoble, empower, and inspire others to be a better expression of themselves. Yes, it can be a very difficult place to be, but it's not that difficult to get away from it if you realize that the energy that's being extracted from you, okay? They put porn out there to extract your energy, for you to give your energy up so that you remain impotent. They're doing this to a lot of men on the planet. and to a lot of women on the planet, sexualizing humans, making them into objects, turns your energy away from your soul and into the senses, and now you're lost. What Jesus calls, when he talks to me about this, he says people are lost in the red clay, in the flesh. And so we're being trained by advertisers and promoters that we should focus on how beautiful and wonderful we are and how things look and sound and feel. And that can be really nice. But when you turn a person, or a person turns you into an object, your energy gets pulled into and away from your soul. So practice first is when you get the urge to do what you do. If you watch porn, you do those things, sit down, take that energy, hold on to it, and ask yourself, what can I create? What can I write? What can I sing? What can I create with this energy? What can I create that will make an impact on the lives of other people in a positive way? Because that energy has a value and a use. And believe me, these non-physical entities, the dark ones, that's what we call them, the dark ones, when people are giving off their sexual energy in that fashion, the dark ones suck that energy in from you. They take it from you because it's not based in love. It's not based in respect. It's based in objectification of seeing a human being as only a physical body. And this dysfunction is pandemic on the planet. It is the true pandemic on the planet, viewing each other as physical, sexual objects. And it's wrong, and it's bad, and it's not good. And as you learn to recover that energy and hold on to it, not only will you begin to regain a sense of your own personal power, but you'll begin to see the world in a very different way, and you'll begin to attract a woman that will see you as the man that you are. And for women, they'll be seen as the woman they are. Because when you don't want to see somebody as a sexual object, you won't tolerate anybody seeing you that way. When you see somebody as a real spiritual being that came here as a divine expression of life, you have a different way of approaching them. But thank you for that question, Dima. It's a real important concern. It's not the worst thing on the planet, but it's certainly getting up there with them. Dima, thank you so much for that super sticker. Really, really appreciate it. So grateful for it. Thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the roses and the hearts and everything like that, guys. Yes, we got that already. Someone saying, Angel Face 9999 on TikTok saying, I have body pains and extreme tired, like an infection. How do I heal that? Number one, I'm being told to tell you right now, drink more clean, good water and add a wee bit of salt to the water. Drink more water. Drink more water. Pay close attention to the way your body is feeling when you give it the water, because your body will tell you when it has truly had enough, because it will begin to correct. When you give your body the correct things and you do the correct things with your body, it will begin to correct. It is designed to do that. Secondarily, stop attacking your pain. Secondarily, stop attacking your pain. Turn to the pain and say to it, think to it, I will take care of you. And your water being drank will be the demonstration of that truth. But say these words to your body now. I will take care of you. And then drink the water. And then do it again. I will take care of you. And drink the waters. Your body will respond to the quality of your thinking and your actions. For your body believes more what you do and think than anything else. Your body cannot distinguish between the truth or falsity of what you say. It simply accepts everything that your mind thinks as true. Wow. Great consideration. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, somebody's asking, can my mom watch me from the afterlife? Yes. Which means they're not dead. Remember, when you leave, okay, let's say you have a radio set and you're playing a radio and you're listening to your favorite radio station and you break the radio. Well, that radio is not going to play that station anymore. You have to go out and get a new radio. But the signal is still there. You go get a new radio, you turn the station on, and there's the station in the radio. When a human body ceases to function, it's not like a radio. When it ceases to function, it's non-functional. The signal of that individual can't come through that form. It's damaged, it's broken. But that doesn't mean that the consciousness of that signal does not exist. And the practice of mediumship and channeling is learning how to develop the senses that allow you to perceive and receive information from those different levels of consciousness. So yes, she does, to answer your question quite simply. I'm being told to add, and quite happily so. Great questions today. Hi, Tiana. Tiana's asking, any guidance or advice for me right now? I hope that everybody's listening to the questions that everybody else is asking, because you'll find that there's questions that you need to be answered that other people are asking, and believe that what answers are coming through for anyone that needs to receive it. What comes through is for anyone who is able to receive it in the fashion in which they can receive it. That's the way the divine works. It has many ways of reaching you through many limitless mechanisms, through nature, through the sun, through the wind. You know, the Native American cultures understood the value of listening to the way the wind moved and the earth moved and how animals reacted. They learned to listen to the spirit of life from all around. And they also learned through ceremonies to listen to the spirit from within. And we can learn a lot from those cultures, those ancient cultures. Someone saying, answer JJ if I can. Oh, someone's a question. I couldn't pay money as I left with no money. If God will take my question, is my final financial challenge be better? My business is foreclosure done. My house, I have until 11/27. Again, you have such, first of all, I really appreciate and understand your difficulty financially. I really do, from a personal perspective. But what they're telling me right now is the amount of fear that you have around what is happening is blocking you from knowing what you can do and what you need to do. I'm also being told to tell you that it will not end your life to undergo change, but it can afford you the opportunity for great change. Do not fear change, but understand that if you embrace change with fear, your result will be very different than embracing change with the possibility of better things. Because the energy of possibilities will inspire you unexpectedly. But do not fear change. Now let's see if we can find JJGG and her question. Thank you, Drusilla. JJGG is asking, any message from my father-in-law for me or his family? Again, I get a song, give peace a chance. Give peace a chance. Can you be more specific about that? It's cultivate a deeper sense of love in the family. There's so much judgment. Let go of the judgment. The judgment will do no good. And what good is it that you would do no good, or that anyone would do no good? So simple. You're saying it's so simple. So simple. Be at peace. Let that be. Let that be. Oh. Wow. You go on. I got time for a few more questions here. Someone is saying, hi, Sylvie. Sylvie 27. Hello, Michael. I'm so much in my head. Do my guides and angels have a message for me about it? Yes. Sign up for the 102 Masterclass Liberation. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. It's 30% off its normal price, and next year the price will be going up significantly. So please sign up for this masterclass. It will help you get your consciousness and your mind and body back into alignment with you, because there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with any of you. You've been given a mind and a personality that conflicts with your true nature. You've been given beliefs and ideas that conflict with what you are as a spiritual entity. And you need to reteach and re-educate your own mind in a way that's directed and guided by you. You'll be given practices and activities that teach you how to train your body and train your mind to be open and receptive to you, so that you can begin to put the thoughts, the ideas, and the information in your mind that will sustain and evolve your love, your joy, your prosperity, your health, your well-being. Because it's in our minds and in our emotions that we create the conditions that we experience in this world. It is. And you learn to change what's in your mind, and you learn to change the emotional energy that's in your mind and held in your body, your world will change, because everything in your life is connected to what you think and feel. And if you do not know how to change what you think and feel, you'll remain connected to what you think and feel, both internally and externally. The moment you learn to change your mind and change your energy, you will change your world around you. You will change your world around you, and it's a delightful and it's a wondrous process. You did not come here to suffer. You came here to be creative and dynamic and unfurl your creativity to this world. And if you don't know what your creativity is, then discover it. Get outside the mind that blocks you from knowing the truth about who you are. Retrain your mind into a new version of what you need it to be in order to see yourself in this world the way you want to be. You can do that. But yeah, go sign up right now. For those of you on TikTok, you can use the link in my Linktree bio to go to my website. For those of you on YouTube, you can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com or torontomedium.com, and check it there. A question from Kutana. Hi, Kutana. Glad you're here today. I've gotten my car repossessed due to still no job. I'm wondering, does my dad have any advice for me? I really need a word from him. Don't live beyond your means, daughter. Don't live beyond your means. Do not hold on to the things that will not serve you. You can get up from this one. Put a little bit away every day. Just a little bit away every day. And ignore it. Build on that. Practically speaking, but you'll get past this. You're my girl. You're strong. And you're smart. Wow. Thank you, Kutana. Yeah, we've all been to that place. At least I can say I've been to that place anyway. It's yeah. Master Jesus is just coming and saying, we lose all of that which does not lead us home. And we find all of that which brings us home. Yes. You must lose yourself to find yourself. For those of you that have heard these words in Scripture, hear the truth of them now. To lose yourself to find yourself. You must lose yourself, the self that they gave you, that is not of truth, that is not of love, that is not of compassion, that is not of playfulness and community and kindness and respect. That must be lost, that you may find yourself as you are. This is the truth of this statement, to lose yourself, to find yourself. Understand these words. The journey can be difficult at first, but I can assure you the journey will get easier as you get further away from where you are and closer to where you live in spirit. Wow, thank you. Yes, Drusilla, thank you so much for offering your love and support to the other people here. And thank you so much for being such a supporter of this work. We really appreciate it. And thank you for sharing the messages of this wisdom and this knowledge with others, and being a living example of it, even though you've been going through your own struggles, because our students do have their own struggles too. But they work through them. They learn to apply the processes, or they don't learn to apply the processes and they delay that process. But thank you so much for being one of those individuals that have stood up and been a true extender of love to other people. It's such a blessing. We're all blessed by your presence. And we're all blessed by the presence of each and every one of you, whether you know it or not. Whether you know it or not, and whether what you believe in your own mind or heart, you are a blessing to this world. You simply need to get to an understanding of what that really is as a word, as a thought, as an action. Someone says, I could use some peace. Lisa on TikTok says, I could use some peace. Okay, Lisa, sit down if you're not sitting already. Sit down, close your eyes, take a slow, deep breath. And as you exhale, give your body permission to relax. Just give all the muscles permission to completely relax. Let all the muscles let go and release. Just do that. Let them all relax. And then take another slow, deep breath and let them relax a little bit further. And then turn your attention to the place where all that thought and all that stuff is going on in your mind. Turn your attention there. And just observe all that stuff going on and make this sound into all that noise in your mind. And make it just like this. And let yourself feel how that feels. You are a bringer of peace. You are a bringer of love. You are a bringer of compassion. Each and every soul that came to this earth came in that fashion to function as love and goodness. And you have been conditioned by your world to believe otherwise. But your true nature is love. And I would really love for you to share what you just experienced doing that. When you did that in your mind, when you experienced that breath in your body, and share it with others while we're still live. We'll be live for another minute or two. But share what you experienced. Does my ex of over a year plan to hurt me? You have to release all of your fear. You have to release this, again, release his energy from your body. Because when you go into a relationship with somebody, your energy fields merge, and then you've got this connection with them. So sit down right now and envision him in your mind's eye. Everything that you're hearing here, I've been taught by these beings, the ascended masters, the archangels, the guides. They've taught me these things. And so I'm sharing what I've been taught with you. So turn your attention to him in your mind's eye. See his face, and then speak these words to him. I release you from my life with love and grace, and mean the words. And as you speak these words to him, watch him turn and walk away. And as he's walking away in your mind's eye, speak those words again. I release you from my life with love and grace. You cannot release him with fear. You can release him with love and grace. You will stay connected with his fear because of your fear. So you need to release him from your life with love and grace. And then you will have no fear. And do that at least once a day. Do that exercise at least once a day. Anytime he comes to your mind, you have that fear, stop, see his face, speak those words. I release you with love and grace. See him walking away, and then speak those words again. I release you with love and grace. Do not speak those words with anger or fear. Speak them as if you truly mean to release him with love and grace. And that way you will break that energetic connection that you still carry with him in your fear. Your fear is the connection that would bring that upon you. As is any emotion that any of you feel will bring upon you what that emotion is connected to. Any emotion you feel about anything will bring upon you what that emotion is connected to. It's beautiful understanding, isn't it? Is it not beautiful to know that? That you can change your emotional energy. You can change your thinking mind. You can create a whole new personality that is in alignment with your true nature, the way God intended you to be, as a function of love. Not a function of fear, a function of love. Right? A lot of demons on this world influencing humanity right now. Yeah, thank you so much. Let's scroll back down. Yes, nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. That is a very profound and simple truth that Master Jesus taught. That's why he never feared. That's why he never feared his body being crucified at that time. He never feared crucifixion because he knew he was not his body. He knew that he was so connected to the Spirit of God that he could not die. And when you realize that too, the same will be true for you. And he said so many times, the kingdom of God is within you. It's not just in him, it's in you too. And when you make that connection in your own heart to the divine within you, you'll be in a very different space and place of time and existence. Yes, God is strong. Question from Bazia. I don't believe my husband is the right person for me. Any message from my guardian? What can I expect in the future? Well, the words coming to my mind right now are, as you believe, so it shall be. As he believes, so it is. Because both of you have competing beliefs. And until you want to both sit down and evaluate what your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are about yourselves and each other, you're right. You're absolutely right. He's not the right person for you if you believe that. And there will always be conflict. And as long as he believes that you're nothing but a problem, you'll always be a problem to him. I don't know what his beliefs are. But if you've got that belief about him, I'm certain he's got a corresponding belief about you. Because in relationship, our beliefs are complementary. Both our good beliefs and our bad beliefs are complementary. They're not separate. When you form a union with another human being, your values, good and bad, become connected. And you go through a process of transformation and change potentially. But it requires the willingness to sit with both individuals to evaluate, what am I thinking about you? What kind of emotions do they create? What do I, one of the best instructors on the planet for relationships is, in my personal opinion, Tony Robbins. And a woman he works with by the name of Chloe Madonis. They're probably have the most effective mechanisms and methodologies for teaching the process of communication in relationship. And I would encourage anybody that is in a relationship or struggling in a relationship to go and look at their work, because they're really doing amazing things for people's relationships. At the very least, you'll get to the truth of whether or not that is the right relationship for you, or if it is the wrong relationship for you, or what you can do to make it a better relationship. One way or another, you'll get to the truth. That's one thing I'll say about what they do, is they will bring you to the truth. Just like our goal and aspiration here is to bring you to the truth of your life, not to simply espouse information to you that you just accept blindly, but that you question and evaluate based on your own understanding what proves to be true from your perspective. And I'm so grateful for that question, Basia. Thank you so much. Lauren, I'm always joking with you. Jesus has got a good sense of humor, right? When he says, "You want to go for a swim?" He says that to me once. Said, "Do you want to go for a swim?" I went, "What? In the lake?" And he said, "No, into the depths of your mind, where you can be cleansed even more, where you can go into your mind and heal yourself further, to dive into the depths of your mind and perpetuate your healing." Go for a swim. I have new appreciation for that statement now. Yes, your dad will be okay. Maybe not in the physical sense that you'd like him to be, but he will be okay. Somebody here on TikTok saying this, to be seen. We create their reality when we believe and participate in their narrative. That is really well said. That is really well said. So everything you've ever been taught to believe, from your mom, your dad, your books, your television, your radio, anything you've been taught to believe, if you believe their narrative, you will live their narrative. But at any time, you are a free sentient consciousness that can begin to evaluate the narratives that you have in your mind and begin to create a brand new narrative for your life. Your life is not designed to be based in suffering. It's designed to be based in creation. You are a creating individual. You're a creative being. All of you. 2 more questions from TikTok and 1 more from YouTube, and away we'll go for today. Again, I want to remind everybody before we go, please go sign up for Masterclass 102 Liberation. If you're wanting to get rid of old emotions, you're wanting to get your mind into a different position where you can begin to retrain the mind to serve you better than seeming like you got an enemy within you. You don't have an enemy within you. You have a mind that is in contradiction to who you are. There is no enemy inside you. There is a mind that is in contradiction to who you truly are. And that's when you have emotional conflict, when there's a belief or an idea that does not match who you are. And this masterclass that they teach is designed to instruct you and guide you in the process of liberating yourself from false information, false ideas, and to liberate yourself from old emotions and unnecessary suffering. So please go sign up for it. WilliamMichaelForbes.com is where to do that. Yes, that's right, Sunflower. That's exactly what I mean. Go for a swim. But it's more than that too. It's like going inside your old self, inside your memories, inside what you've been taught to believe, and questioning it, evaluating it, casting out. And he says you want to cast out from your mind that which is not of love, that which is not of goodness, that which is not of justice. And you want to put in your mind those things that are of love, of compassion, of kindness, of service. Yeah, it's not just diving in for a swim. It's swimming and cleaning up the mind, right? But I'm glad you see that. Thank you so much. Glad you see that. Perfect indeed. Oopsie. Sorry about that, guys. I just dropped the one of the microphones here. So if you're on TikTok, you heard a little click there. That was my microphone for you guys falling. I have to use 2 microphones here. Thank you so much. Over to TikTok, we'll do 2 more questions here. Did I miss a couple on YouTube? I must have. That is something I have to overcome, fear. Yeah, Wendy, it is something you don't want to overcome it. You want to transform it. In the 102 Masterclass, they show us how to transform an emotion from one state into another. right? Jesus calls it turning water into wine, where you transform an old emotion like fear or rage or anger or guilt or shame, and you interact with it in such ways to change the energy of that fear into something completely different. And that's also known as the alchemy of gold, right? Being able to alchemically change the properties from something from lead into gold, water into wine. Same basic concept, right? Where you can take an emotional energy resident in your mind and body and transform it into something brand new. And it's mind-blowing when you watch somebody who's got an intense amount of fear experience how they actually can change that energy by interacting with it differently than the way they normally do. It's a beautiful thing. And Master Jesus, one of the first people that really taught this to humanity. He's the first person that brought that mechanism, that teaching to humanity to do that. It's really beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yes, that's right. It sure does. Chris, I'm not certain about these. I'm not. If you've got your anger or your fear to bring here, you want to be judgmental. That's okay. You're only being judgmental because you're feeling what you're feeling. I understand that. I have nothing but love to extend you. That's right. Lots of people knowing the truth here is great. Are you very welcome? Somebody saying hi. DJ saying hi. I've been fighting this disease for years. Will I beat it? If you start being compassionate towards the body, in what you think, in what you eat, in what you drink, you start to think to the body, to the part of your body that suffers. If you think to it, I am going to love you and take care of you, and then ask it what it needs. Your body will tell you, I need more water, I need more fresh fruit, I don't need more sugar. Your body will actually tell you, if you learn to tune into it more, what it's really needing. The body can only communicate to you through two ways, through sensation, which is either pain or pleasure. That's it. It's only got those two mechanisms, pain or pleasure. That's the only way your body has to tell you that something's not right with it. It's not being fed properly. It's not being exercised properly. It's not being played with properly. It's not being socialized properly. Your body will tell you and reveal to you what it needs. And if if you had something happen to you in childhood, a childhood trauma, you've been sexually abused, you were assaulted, something traumatic, your body may not know how to release the trauma, the energy of that trauma from it. And you may have to go in and release the trauma from that event from the body. Because the body, when an emotional trauma happens, the body reacts to a trauma. And that reaction is the way the body holds in the memory of the experience. Because the body survives in this world by memory. So it holds the memory of that experience. If you were abused or had a bad car accident or an event happened that was very terrifying and painful to you, then your body's reaction will store that information and then hold on to it just in case that might happen again. And if you don't release the energy from that trauma from the body will keep it as a memory. And then you run the possibility of recreating that condition or other conditions that are connected to that quality of energy. But you will not suffer much longer when you begin the process of, again, engaging the body in what it really needs, releasing those old emotions from the system that perpetuate the conditions that are impinging themselves on the well-being of all the nerves, organs, and glands of your body, right? Because emotions organize matter. My guardian angel John just wrote a booklet called Emotion, the Fifth State of Energy. It's a short 25-page booklet on how emotion organizes everything in our physical world from our consciousness. And that we're the only species on the planet that uses emotion to create change in time, space, and matter. Really cool. One more question from... She's doing very well. Nat, she's doing very well. She's doing very well. You know, imagine you've been carrying a burden that you did not know how to let go of in your body. And you have an opportunity to let it go. When people leave this dimension, they you know, with the high suicide rate on the planet right now, people are leaving because they do not know how to deal with the emotions they're holding on to. And those emotions are being fueled by false narratives, by misinformation, by war and rumors of war. The narrative of negative energy is being fed because these dark ones feed off that energy. And a lot of people that are in difficulty have not got any connection to instruction or information that would teach them how to release old emotions from their body, how to change and alter the process of thinking that their mind has been conditioned into. Most people have been disconnected from that ability of the soul. You are not your thoughts. You are not your body. You are a soul. You have thoughts. You have a body. Most of your thoughts aren't yours, which is why you're so confused. And it's my life's purpose is to channel the information of these beings to you, that you might liberate yourself from your suffering and restore yourself to love and have that same effect on the people around you, because you will. Love does what love is. And when you become love, you'll affect the world in that way too. Anyway, I want to wish you all much love, and thank you so much for coming out and sharing your precious time with all of us here. And again, I wish you all much love. Go sign up for the Masterclass 102. If you want, you can also book a reading with me. There's a 30% discount on them, half-hour or 1-hour readings. But don't leave yourself in suffering unnecessarily. There's easy, simple ways to learn to be free of your suffering. There really is. Much love to everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful